I told you about it, and the interaction we're having with aspirants who want to be PCs. You know what PC is? Parliamentary candidate elect of the NPP, and we know that June 20 is the date. Already we had the press conference, and JB, that's John Buedu, the General Secretary of the party, headlined that and gave the stern warnings to those who hadn't gotten the nod or did not get the nod and subsequently needed not to be making all the related quote-unquote noises. But for those who are in the contest, what is in it for them? We decided to have two of these strong aspirants in the studio and to help us do this interaction. John Kuma is the parliamentary candidate aspirant for Ejuso. Ejuso is close to Kumasi. I'm sure many of you do know that. Thank you for joining me, John, in the studio.
Thank you.
And also helping us do a strong interaction through Zoom is the parliamentary candidate for Navrongo Central, aspirant, Navrongo Central, and Tangoba Abayage. Good morning to you, ma'am. I know that you were also the ambassador of Ghana to Italy. And you had some strong presence with the Pope in the Vatican, etc. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
It's been a while.
Yes, it's been a while. And John here is a legal practitioner, entrepreneur, and strongly with those skills, well, the president decided also to hand in that good nurturing institution, NEP, that's National Entrepreneurial Support Initiative, and give support to young people as well as startups and businesses, and so far I know that they have a new one in there. How much are you sharing now?
We're seeking to do 50 million.
50 million. I saw a picture of you and the Minister for Business Development, Dr. Awao, and ultimately it will mean that we're in for business. Now, let's start the strong questions. And I go to you, Tangoba Abayage. It looks like your strongest contender in this, if not the only one, is the current Member of Parliament, Minister for Aviation. And Mr. Ada has not taken it easy with you at all. Some of the words that the two of you have exchanged have been very strong, proud to your approval. What do you say?
Thank you very much. I'm not sure I've used any strong word against him. But what I also say is that he might not have intended what he said, but it's politics, you know. It's going well. He's perceived as a very strong candidate. I'm perceived as the underdog. But you know, in politics, I have a very strong personality in politics who told me one time that never underestimate your opponent, whether the opponent is big or small. So I'm hoping that they haven't seriously and grossly underestimated me. We are doing well. We are campaigning, and as you are aware, we have just 9 days of campaign to go. And I'm very upbeat about it. We have a solid team on the ground, and yes, it may be a strong contender. But I've seen strong contenders go down, and they go down really big, and I intend to make that so.
Yeah, I remember the first time I had interaction with you before ultimately you were heading to the Upper West region as a regional minister. Upper East region. You had a Christian name. Is it part?
Paulina Patience.
And you decided to change it. Why? Is it all for the politics? Apparently you were eyeing the seat.
Well, you know, sometimes you just want to be you, the Africanness in you. The name Tango is a very powerful name. That's my grandmother's name, my mother's mother, and somewhere along the line, people choose to rather call me Tangoba. People in big and small places think that the name Tangoba should be used instead of the Paulina and the Patience and all these English names. You know, and then in retrospection, I thought that was really true. The meaning of Tangoba is say and kill, like Kakumwam, say to kill them or say and kill them. And that's a very powerful name. So I thought that why don't we use that? Apart from knowing that Paulina is the female version of Paul, I don't know the meaning of Paul. You know, I mean, it's a Christian name, but I know the meaning of Tangoba, and for me, it resonates strongly. Apart from that, is that it also resonates with our people back home. It could be, yes, maybe it's because when I started thinking about doing the politics, and you wanted something that the people will understand and go along with. So I decided to drop the two names, the Paulina and the Patience, and then use the Tangoba. And Abayagi means I won't stop. So these are two powerful names I have to myself. And trust me, it's caught fire like something in Nabongo Central.
Yeah, you're a very strong woman, very strong-willed. But John, you're right here. This is the second time you're contesting. You had even before your first contest had some nurtured aspirations, and you have had You and I have had interactions over the years. Your main contenders is the incumbent.
Yes.
One doctor.
He's not a doctor. He's an engineer.
Oh, great.
Great.
And Honorable Dionome is somebody who comes into this contest as somebody who has won 3 times in a row.
Yes.
Not easy for you.
Well, there's always a time to win and a time to lose. So I think that this is his time to lose and a time to hand over. And I strongly believe that on 20th June, I'm going to be elected as the next parliamentary candidate for Ejoso constituency.
I do know you have the delegates in the numbers of just in excess of some 700.
Yes.
How many are there?
750.
750?
Yes.
And Ejoso is in a region and a geographical area which naturally is a stronghold of the NPP. It means you spend more.
Well, it's not really about the expenditure. Politics is about engagement with the base and letting them see what you intend to do when you are elected, trying to understand their aspirations and priorities. And once you are able to explain yourself better and you are able to win their confidence, then it doesn't matter how much you spend or don't spend, you are likely to be elected.
And in all these deliveries you've been having and engagement with the media, you seem to be underestimating one Abna. And Abna Bote, I know, is also somebody who has nurtured her aspirations over the period. But you think she's an underdog?
Well, no, really.
Dionome is the strongest?
Well, because he's the incumbent, maybe more attention is focused on him. But you know, Abna is popularly known in Ejoso as Ejoso Broni, so she's well known, except that in his last 2 contests, she went to Jabin instead of Ejoso, and she's now coming back to Ejoso. So maybe that could account for his maybe visibility in terms of the competition. But I think that she's the CEO for La Palm Royal Beach Hotel. She's been a very solid member of our party for long. So it's a contest, it's anybody's game, except that I believe that I am going to win in this election. I
see, very interesting. Tangoba Abayage, I've known the Honorable Joseph Ada for a very long time. I remember when he was the energy minister under the Kufu administration. I had a number of interactions with him. Indeed, he had toured many sections of his constituency within the period. Of course, he lost within the period, but came back strongly. That shows his might. Well loved by the people.
That does not still mean that he can't lose an election. I mean, as he said, he's lost before. I'm a full-blooded Kasana woman. My father is from Nambasania in Pumu, in Nabrongo. My mother is from Guinea in Nabrongo, but settled in Nawonia. Although I was born in 2nd D, I came home when I was 13 to go to school. And I've been in Nabrongo since 13 years. I know every part of Nabrongo. I married from Nabrongo, had my kids, although we're staying in Bolga. Bolga is just a 15 minutes drive to Nabrongo. who go to Navrongo almost every day. I've campaigned in Navrongo several, counter to what he said that I go to Navrongo only to drink beer. I've campaigned in Navrongo since, in fact, I was in Navrongo politics before Kofiada came in. Kofiada came in through the by-election after late Achulo died. That was the first time I met him. I've been in Navrongo politics, maybe not as visible as he is, because he is of course, he has been the candidate and the MP for 18 years. But since I made my intention clear, I can assure you that I've covered more ground than Kofi Addo himself has covered, and he knows I've covered more grounds, and I've covered more grounds more times than he knows. As John Kumar said, it's not about money, it's not about strength, it's not about power, it's about engagement of the people that matter and giving your message to people that matter and them buying into your message and accepting you as a better alternative to the current person. So he may be a strong character, he may be an MP, may have been minister for several portfolios, but trust me, big people fall. And I can assure you that come 20th of this month, Kofi Addo will fall.
Yeah.
Watch Navrongo Central.
I see.
Yeah.
I will be looking out for that. Look, how many delegates do you have for this election?
We have 553, 59, almost 600.
Yeah.
So that is it, yes. We have 107 polling stations, 35 electoral areas, and then 500. And, in fact, the total is supposed to be 559, but a few of them have either passed on or something. So the numbers will reduce just a bit.
Yeah. Somebody I had some great interactions over the years is Anthony Abayifa Kabu. And I know his father ascended to the throne of the traditional area and subsequently seemed to have helped him as well. I do know that the Navrongo traditional area has Per Dennis Sasagba Balina Ada. Very close relation.
They have nothing to do with each other.
Yeah, but Ada sounds very...
The name Ada is a generic name.
So you tell me.
Ada is named after, it's like a log. So when you hear the name Ada, it is a log. So Ada is a generic name. You can find Ada in every community in Navrongo. The Ada family in North Senior have very little relationship with the Ada family in Pung. Kofi Ada is from Pung. The royal family is a North Senior family. So they don't relate. It's just a name that is similar. It's like having Muhammad or having Adams. Cabo is not a generic name. Cabo is a family name. So when you hear Cabo in Laura, and I know Laura very well, I know the Cabo family because I attended St. Francis Secondary in Drapa. When you hear the name Cabo, it is a family name. But when you hear Ada, anybody could be called Ada in Navrongo. So Kofi Addo has no relationship with the chief of Navrongo. Of course, we all see him as our father. I mean, the chief.
Yeah.
In that state, we are all related to him.
Yeah.
But the two names don't relate at all.
Yeah, I won't leave this issue soon. Tango Baba, you seem to be a geographical woman. I'll come back to this issue. But John, I do know that Ejuso is close to Kumasi.
Yeah.
It also means that you should have appealed to the delegates very well,
yes,
but also having a strong linkage to the demographics in terms of the entire constituency.
Definitely.
What have you done to specifically meet some of these criteria?
Well, it's all constant engagements. Ejuso has a lot of economic advantages. We have the Buankra Inland Port, which has potential to employ over thousands of young people in Ashanti region, of course, especially Ejuso. We also have Bonure with Kente. Now the global fabric is Kente. Yesterday, did you see the Democrats
kneeling down
in their Kente? And of course, that spoke volume about what we can do with Kente. Last year, we did a year of return, and we had over 1 million visitors into Ghana. So if we position Kente production strategically, we can create more economic opportunities in Ejuso constituency. Of course, it's also a farming community. If you leave the outskirts of Ejuso, many of the residents are into farming. So we also have to look at how we empower the farming community. And of course, you know, a lot of young people who have completed university and tertiary institutions, they are looking for job opportunities among many other things. So, and then we also have very good talent for football in Ejuso. So in my programs, I have discussed how we are going to also identify good young talent and push them into the various national football teams, among many others. So yes, I'm engaging a lot in the various sectors. And of course, also a traditional town. You know, the Yasantwa, you cannot talk about Ejuso without talking about traditions and Yasantwa and her role in Ghanaian politics. So I am also very close to the chiefs and the opinion leaders of the place, and I've explained my vision and programs with them. And I strongly believe that they have bought into it. And going forward, one key research we did in Ejuso in terms of the community needs was sanitation, lack of suitable public toilet places in Ejuso. So I have been able to lobby ahead of it to put about 30 toilet facilities in 30 communities in Ejuso constituency. So yes, we are responding to some of the concerns of the place even ahead of our elections. And I strongly believe that when I become their candidate and leader, I'll be able to fast track the development of the place, bring new ideas on board, and change the dynamics of development of the place.
Okay. And Tango Babaga, as we're talking about development, it also means that Navrongo Central would need a lot. Already you occupy the position as regional minister. What are some of the vacuum based on the development indicators you think we should ultimately be bringing to Navrongo Central?
Thank you. Navrongo, as part of the region, which is also part of the northern belt of the country, has its own peculiar needs. You know, we are in the savannah area, which means that we have just one rainfall a year. We have very dry seasons, very hot weathers. Generally, the basic needs of the people is water. Water, electricity, good road networks, schools, furniture for schools, and of course, now we have the free SHS, which means that more of our people can go to school. We have the planting for food and jobs, which help our people. Because our lands are always arid, the fertilizer that comes in helps a lot for our people to increase the volumes of their yields. So these are the basic issues that we have. As a government, we are doing a lot for our people. I mean, I know that the chief executives across the region, we are building schools, we are providing water, we are providing electricity. Just recently, we have a lot of contractors who have come in to do the rural electrification across the region. We have dams, of course, you know, the popular one village, one dam. We have dams across the country. So far, we should be over 100 dams across the region, Then we have furniture being supplied. They may not be enough still. We need more still, but we have all this going on at the same time. We have major roads being constructed in the region. But zooming down to my constituency, I may be a small fry in the scheme of affairs, but I think that I've also done a bit. So far, I've provided about 14 boreholes to various communities. I've lobbied for several things to be brought to the constituency, and they provided furniture, renovated several projects here and there. We provide sheds, and these sheds are actually demand-driven. People ask, why do you have to provide sheds? We have women groups who want to sit at a certain place for their meetings, for their susu collection. We have young boys who like to sit there and then deliberate. We have entrepreneurs who need places to sit and do their work. We have schools that just need a shed to attach to their classes for maybe kindergarten and all that. So as you go around these communities, they tell you what they need. Some you can immediately provide, and those that we can immediately provide, I can assure you that we have done that at community levels, providing fridges for Chips Compound and others. Those that we can't, and when I say we, I mean Team Tanguba, we have our team, those that Team Tanguba cannot provide, and we know that we can lobby elsewhere to bring them down. We do that. One thing I'm good at is lobbying for projects. I'm very good at that. I'll push and push till you give it to me. I remember when I was being vetted, I told the vetting committee that I will push for jobs, I will knock on the doors, and the chairman of the committee told me to be careful. Well, I've been careful so far, but I think that in all also I have lobbied for several projects to be brought in this region, and my constituency has not been left out. We've been able to do several big projects for the constituency so far, yes.
Yeah, I'm told both of you, the incumbent and you're all favorites of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the president. So
maybe it's because we are hard-working ministers.
Oh, okay.
I commit to any assignment you give me. That's my, it's me. It's my nature. I commit to any assignment you give me, and I commit to relationship and friendship. I don't stab people in the back. I'm a very committed person to any assignment I have, and I think that maybe the president, he has known me for, not now, for quite a long time. I mean, since 2000, thereabout, we've known ourselves through politics, through campaign, when we were in power under President Kufuor. President Kufuor knows very well. He gave me assignments, and he knows how I delivered it. So it's not just President Nana Addo. So through the time when power, the work they gave me, the commitment with which I executed my assignment, then we came to opposition, even though we were in opposition and I had then been transferred to the central region. My commitment back to the region to work with him, especially when he was a candidate from 2012 and 2016, he knows the level of commitment I have for him and for his cause. I mean, I told him the other day, it's actually a secret commitment I have towards this party and this government. So I'm sure that it is the kind of work I do and the commitment I put into doing this work that makes him to like me. And he is sure that whenever he gives me any assignment, it will be delivered to its fullest. Maybe that's why he likes me. Yeah, I'm his favorite, as you say.
You're one of his favorites. I think you guys are too. Because
well, I'm one of his favorites. I'm sure that the minister will also have his reasons why he's the favorite of the president. But I'm giving my side of the story. Okay. He's a minister. He's also committed to his work. So, but maybe their level of that relationship might definitely. We all have our individual differences. My level of relationship with the president might be different from his level of relationship with the president. That's what I mean.
John Kumar, if you look at the contest and you contesting the second time around,
yes,
what are some of the indicative dynamics you look at, or you're looking at in this primaries? Because it's a stronghold. You win, you're in parliament.
Yes, the Ejuso constituency has a history. The previous member of parliament, who was then the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Honorable Akwesi Oseje, he served for 3 terms. And after 12 years, even though he was cabinet minister for foreign affairs, the constituency said, let's give another person opportunity to see what he can also offer. The incumbent MP has also done 3 terms. He served for 12 years. He is deputy minister for roads. I'm sure it is time for the constituency to also take a decision and say that we have now another more vibrant, young and dynamic individual in John Kumar. So let's give him the opportunity to see what he can do with his vision, his ideas, and a number of engagements and programs that I've outlined to them. So I seriously believe that looking at the trend of the constituency, this is the best time. And even the last time, I lost marginally. So I seriously believe that it is my time to also take the baton and continue.
Now, based on my monitoring, you lost around 50?
Yes, around 53 votes. out of 750. So it was a close call, and this time around, and of course, it was my first election. They didn't also know me that much. I was from law school at the time, and you know, my engagement was not as extended as this time. Currently, even though I lost, I continue to become the electoral area coordinator for one of the towns on where I come from. And I have served the party and been with the grassroots all that time till now. And I seriously believe that they now can, you know, relate to me better and understand many of the ideas that I'm sharing with them. And they have seen the new vision and new hope that I want to bring into the constituency. So this is the best time for me to be elected as the next parliamentary candidate.
Now, I see you've been doing a lot of projects too.
Yes.
You talked about the toilet, you built 30 of them, and subsequently also trying to make sure you create the needed environment for them.
Exactly.
Are these toilets?
Yes, these are toilets, and each of these toilets have a borehole. It has a laundry. Yes, these are not ordinary toilets. These are biodigester toilets.
I'm impressed.
You turn the toilet into gas, which will also power the facility. You have laundry services in them, and we have about 30 of these in the constituency. So you can imagine that I'm not even waiting to become their MP before I start pushing for projects. Under One District, One Factory, we have lobbied for a tractor assembling plant from India to be established in the constituency.
So you go behind the MP and be doing these things?
Well, I don't go behind him. I'm a member of the government. I'm a CEO.
While he's doing parliamentary duties, you are going around, member of government, to lobby for things.
Yes, we have to lobby projects. We don't even have to be an MP.
Why don't you give him the opportunity to also lobby and have some of these?
I'm sure when you give him the opportunity, he will talk of what he has done. This is for me to talk about what I have done. And this is not to discredit what he has done, is to add on to what. When I become MP, I'll be happy if other appointees will be doing a lot of these things, interventions in my constituency. It helps to build the standards of living of the community, and that's our objective. So this is my contribution. It is not enough. I think we can do more to help our peoples, and the opportunity that the president has given us to serve in his government is to serve the nation, but most importantly to serve our communities and make his rule become more important and relevant to them. So that's what I've done, is just to contribute to the development of the place. It's not because he's the MP.
Tangoba Abayage, Regional Minister, puts a lot of resources in your hands. You've been spreading them far and wide, especially narrowing towards Navongo Central. And I've heard some concerns that you don't play fair.
Interestingly, as a regional coordinating council, we don't implement projects. We only, that is why it is a coordinating council. The assemblies, that is the local government system. The assemblies are the ones that implement projects. Since I became a regional minister, and I'm happy this is a national television, the only contracts that the Regional Coordinating Council has supervised and awarded are the emergency school projects. And these projects were specifically designed from Accra and given to us to give. So the schools that benefited, the schools were selected from Accra. I had nothing to do with them. The road projects that are currently ongoing across the region are also designed by the various roads departments, which departments will then send them to Accra, and then Accra will either approve or otherwise. And when they approve, yes, I am a chairman of the tender committees, but I'm only chairing approved roads that have come from the Accra. I can assure you that I haven't used my office as a regional minister to give any job or spread any money from government anywhere across the region deliberately, especially in my constituency. I'm sure that, as I told you at the beginning of this whole conversation, a very prominent person told me some time back that never underestimate your opponent. I am thinking that people thought, well, how is she going to fund her campaign? And they are sitting and they are seeing me do activities, projects, and programs in my constituency. And that's what you do. I mean, if you want to lead people, you've got to give people a reason to trust that you can lead them if they give you the opportunity. So if you have people who are also buying into your vision to lead your people and they are capable of supporting, they will support you. That's what I think people should have thought about when they did it. I have people well placed who buy into my vision, which vision is to become the member of parliament eventually of Navrongo Central Constituency and to help my constituency develop. And they are ready to already commit resources for me to do the little things as I go around and they are requested. So I am doing them because I have people supporting me from my back, but not because I'm using resources meant for the region, for my constituency. I said, as the Regional Coordinating Council, we don't implement projects. We only monitor projects that are implemented by the various districts. So we have a monitoring team. We go around, we monitor, and then if certificates come, we sign for them to go and take their money. We don't design projects. That's falsehood. But I can assure you that we have lobbied for a lot of projects for the region, and I can mention them. You remember the famous Bolga Boko Pullman road that stalled? We've lobbied. Now the contractors are back on site. They are working day and night, 24 hours 7. We spoke about the Polgo multi-purpose dam. It's about to start. In fact, let me even say that it has started because the contractors have visited site. They are currently working on the access road to the dam site. We've lobbied for the Bolga Naga Navrongo Naga road had already been given on contract, but the commencement letter had not been signed. 2 years down the line, we lobbied for that. The two contractors are here. They're about to start work. The regional hospital, the last part of the regional hospital. Then we have the tunnel renovation, which is going on 40 years down the line. It's going on. These are big projects. The Tamini Dam is also going on. The Bulsa, Chuchulga, Sandema, Wesi, Fumbisi Road, the 6 huge bridges in the region. A lot of big projects are going on. These are straight from government. So we go to government and we lobby them. And as I mentioned, these are not situated in Navrongo alone. They are across the region. But the small ones, those ones, the chips compound, the toilets, those ones are for the assemblies to build, not me.
Allah, these are your last words. You've lobbied enough. This is your last submission. I'm even afraid. Look, I think that because of what you said, I have to go to Joseph Ada, the minister and incumbent.
But I must commend her strength and charisma.
Yeah.
She reminds me a lot of she reminds me a lot about Hawa Yakubu. She's also from the Upper East. I think there's something special about Upper East women.
Yeah. What's special about people from Ejiso?
Oh, special about people from Ejiso. I just talked to you about Yasantua.
Yeah.
She's an embodiment of what Ejiso represents, and Abayaga said that her name means she won't stop. Maybe we never give up. The spirit of Kotoko. When you kill 1,000, 1,000 comes. So, and even if our women are warriors, what do you think of our men?
I can't understand.
So
I'm not sure current feminists will agree with you, though.
Well, they will agree that just so if our women are warriors, what do you think of our men?
I can imagine.
So so there are so many good traits about the people of Ejiso that we can talk about, and I've spoken to you about Kente. One of the creative fabrics in the world is Kente.
So you're going to this election just in 5 words?
Well, it's just a humble request and appeal to the delegates of Ejiso. It is time to decide on the next 4 years for the NPP in Ejiso. My humble request to you is to vote massively for John Kuma to become the next parliamentary candidate so that we can achieve all the vision, the programs, and all the discussions that we have had.
Well, thank you. I've had some great time interacting with the two of you, all feisty people in their own ways. I say that I wish you all the best in this contest. I wish that I had the courage to enter politics like the two of you do. But well, in the meantime, it's something we're beginning right here on the AM show. We'll keep you up to date with the next round of contests. It will be either in studio or out of studio. We'll have interactions not only with the NPP but also the top political parties, the incumbents, the aspirants, and what we should look forward to. We call it the AM Show Road to 2020. And we're going to have the right montages, etc. to go with it. John Kuma, he is a parliamentary candidate aspirant of the NPP for Ejiso. He's contesting alongside the incumbent and another person, a strong female, even though he says she's not the Yasanto of Ejiso yet. But also on Zoom, streaming straight away from Bolga, but also having two strong eyes in Navongo Central, the NPP parliamentary aspirant for that constituency, Tangoba Abayage, regional minister, former ambassador of Ghana to Italy.
Excellency.
Fantastic. Your Excellency. Well, we're taking a break. When we come back, I tell you, we'll wrap up with some great entertainment highlight right here on the show. But look, you can get streams of this, uploads on our social media handles.